Now, from Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV 11 This Morning.
Happy Friday to you. I'm Ashley Blackstone, live in Conway this morning. Hope you can hear me okay because I can't hear you guys very well. So excited to be coming to you for our THV in Your Town tour. We have 250 band members from the Conway High School joining us. You will be hearing more from them throughout the morning. We have so many great things planned. Tacos for Life, Ely's Boutique, they will all be with us coming up later this morning. Guys, we'll send things back into you.
Great, Ashley, it sounds great. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Elise Edie here with Meredith Mitchell on this Friday, August 28th.
Yeah, impressive. The Conway band. They're the
Very
Wampus
good.
Cats.
Very good.
You know, the Wampus Cat has 6 legs.
Is it okay? Is
It's
that
a
what
mythical
it is?
cat.
I couldn't remember if it was 5.
I went to Central High School. I, for some reason, have a fascination with the Wampus Cat. I even have a T-shirt.
What?
A Wampus Cat T-shirt.
Well, we
yes.
need to have you in Conway today.
I don't know what it is about the Wampus Cat that excites me.
Very unique. It's definitely
very unique mascot.
Hoping for some good weather for THV in your town in Conway today.
Yeah, and you know, I think that the indication this morning is it is a good morning there in Conway with temperatures in the 60s, and we'll continue to see some very nice weather through the weekend. However, it will get warmer. I know we've enjoyed quite the cool down throughout the majority of this week, but temperatures will begin to creep back into the low 90s as we head towards Saturday and Sunday. There is a chance of a shower up in northwest Arkansas tomorrow on your Saturday, but Sunday looking good for that slide in the city there on Dixon Street. So that will be very exciting for all of the college students up there, and looking at the mid 90s to return by Tuesday and Wednesday with a slight chance of rain possible by Thursday, but dry conditions to go. That is a look at your weather forecast. Elise, let's get a check of those headlines.
All right, Meredith, thanks a lot. New this morning, a math teacher in the Whitehall School District is facing drug charges. Jason Bullock was arrested yesterday in an undercover operation. Jefferson County deputies say they had probable cause, and while they were arresting him, they reportedly found 2 safes with marijuana inside. Bullock is facing several charges, including possession of a controlled substance with purpose to deliver. If convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison. And a University of Central Arkansas student also facing several drug charges. According to Conway police, 18-year-old Jared Walker was arrested Tuesday at his apartment on South Donaghy. Reports show that officers seized several items, including marijuana, a digital scale, and 2 stolen debit cards. Reagan Wills was also arrested when officers executed a search warrant at the apartment. She's charged with maintaining a drug premises within 1,000 feet of a drug-free zone. Right now, a McGee mom is being held on a $500,000 bond after police say she killed her 5-year-old son. 30-year-old Catherine Warren is facing first-degree murder charges. Police were asked to do a welfare check at the family's home Wednesday night, and when they got there, they found the boy's body. Right now, police haven't released a cause of death. Meanwhile, the child's body has been sent to the state crime lab. Police in Bauxite still looking for 3 people they say are responsible for several car break-ins. These happened last Friday near Bauxite High School. Police say 3 break-ins happened in just 1 hour, and one of them caught on surveillance video shows a suspect smashing the window and then crawling inside to grab a purse.
They're bold to do this during, broad daylight. We're talking about a felony here. We're talking about a couple of felonies.
Police say the suspects were in 3 different cars, and they're looking for a gray Toyota Camry, a gold Honda Accord, and a dark blue or black Toyota Corolla. If you have any information on this, call the Bauxite Police Department. Well, Bald Knobs police chief is asking business owners to put up storefront signs banning guns. Right now, law enforcement agencies across Arkansas are having a hard time interpreting the state's open carry law. Chief Eric Ballantyne says he supports the right to bear arms, but he fears what he calls a lack of regulations on carrying a gun in Arkansas. Ballantyne says the signs will help with this situation. Meanwhile, he says officers handle each open carry situation on a case-by-case basis.
You have to have unlawful intent to employ. But, my biggest question is, how do you know what that intent is before it's too late?
Bald Knob police hope the state legislature clarifies this law soon. Meanwhile, one of those lawmakers tweeted his support of open carry yesterday. Nate Bell says he plans on walking through the city of Bald Knob next week openly carrying a gun. He invited other open carry supporters to join him September 5th. FBI Director James Comey wrapping up his second year in charge, and yesterday he checked in with the Little Rock office. He spoke on the fight against terrorism, even in places like Arkansas. He also touched on ways to improve community policing, especially in the wake of violent protest in places like Ferguson, Missouri.
There is not a fancy answer to the tension between law enforcement and communities, especially communities of color. The answer is it's hard to hate up close, so we got to get up close to each other.
Comey also praised the Little Rock division for its work breaking up a drug ring last month in the northeast part of the state. He added that Arkansas's FBI agents are among the agency's best at fighting cybercrimes. Some good news to report this morning. The Sherwood Animal Shelter says all of the available dogs they have been adopted. The shelter was near capacity just yesterday, and workers feared they'd soon have to put dogs down. But that's not the case anymore. Workers say more dogs will become available Monday, but there are still some cats who need forever families. Parents and former administrators in the Little Rock School District are rallying against the state takeover. A group gathered outside of the central office on West Markham yesterday to draw attention to a new report. And that report shows that the takeover limits parental involvement and that the district may one day be privatized. The Citizens Advisory Board that replaced the elected board after that takeover met last night, but members didn't directly address the protest. The Maumelle Planning Commission votes down a proposal to expand a sand and gravel company on the city's waterfront. It was a packed house at last night's meeting. Many people were there to oppose the plan to allow the Jeffries Sand Company to expand its operation. They say it would ruin the view from their properties along the Arkansas River. But in the end, the board decided the proposal didn't fit the zoning requirements. The company's owner didn't offer comment after the vote. And private donations are given to meet the very public demand for police body cameras. Maumelle police say they're grateful for one man's generous commitment to his community. Here's THV 11's Macy Jenkins with more.
It was a complete surprise.
So having that unbiased witness there, it's kind of nice.
An unbiased witness, something David Lumbert wants every officer to have.
It's just as important almost as your sidearm.
So just a few hours earlier, Lumbert picked up the phone.
Just from out of the blue, and he said that he would like to make a donation.
A retired geologist who spent many years working closely with police. He knows the job comes with challenges.
There is a need for these cameras. I think it could preserve a professional career, or it can help a civilian.
In Maumelle, it's part of the uniform.
They have come in very handy already, and they've definitely proven their worth.
But with just 13 to go around, the officers have to share.
And with this gentleman's donation, that'll up that to 14, so it's a huge deal.
I just bought a home here. I've got a big stake. Houses are not cheap.
But neither is this. The sticker price, $1,000 a piece.
An agency our size, that's not easy to just come up with.
Well, I save money.
It's a gesture that Captain Jim Hanser doesn't take for granted.
It raises morale. We really appreciate it.
But Lumbert only wants to show his appreciation for the guys in blue.
If someone were to say, that guy, David, he's a hero, what would you say?
No way. No way. No, I appreciate what the law enforcement people do.
Macy Jenkins, THV 11 News.
Hanser says the department didn't solicit Lumbert's donation. He says giving back to police is something that he hopes more people will consider. Several Democratic presidential candidates, including frontrunner Hillary Clinton, will address Democratic National Convention members at a meeting in Minneapolis today. The meeting comes after a new national poll that shows Vice President Joe Biden with a bigger lead than Clinton over Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. Biden has yet to declare a third run for the presidency. And the shooting deaths of two journalists in Virginia is renewing calls for stronger gun laws. WDBJ reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were shot and killed on live TV Wednesday by former colleague Vester Flanagan. According to reports, Flanagan legally bought two pistols used in that shooting. Authorities say the gunman who took his own life was carrying 3 license plates, a to-do list, and in his getaway car. And former President George W. Bush is in New Orleans today, marking the 10th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina at the same high school where he marked his first anniversary. The visit comes just one day after President Obama's trip to the city. Saturday marks 10 years since the hurricane hit New Orleans, killing nearly 2,000 people there. Here in Little Rock, the Housing Authority processes nearly 6,000 applications for Section 8 rental help. Little Rock's Metropolitan Housing Alliance accepted applications for 1 day only this week. And in that time, the agency says they handled 5,850 applications. Most of them were done online in just a 2.5-hour time period. That waiting list, though, is now closed. This was the first time the waiting list has opened up in more than 5 years. People in Roland concerned over the future of Lake Maumelle and Lake Winona. Both provide drinking water to more than 400,000 people. And right now there's a proposal to open mountain biking trails, allowing swimming, or open more docks in both areas. Central Arkansas Water held a meeting last night to discuss the issue, but everyone is not on board with the new idea.
Y'all can do all of that on that land next to that lake, and all that dirt and silt's going to go into that water. Whatever will we do?
Central Arkansas Water says protecting water quality is their #1 priority. The lake treats as many as 125 million gallons of water each day during the hottest part of summer. Says it hopes to appease everyone while maintaining that quality. Taking your first steps as a baby can be pretty tricky, but seeing your pet do it is just adorable. Coming up a little later, animals learning how to walk, and you don't want to miss it. Super cute. Ashley will send things to you.
Morning, I'm Ashley Blackstone. Thank you for being here today. Still ahead this morning, we will highlight the city's history and why the railroad in the 1800s was so important to the town.
He wanted the town built around the railroad.
More on this story coming up right after the break. Meredith?
And a look at your forecast as well. Things looking good in Conway. We've got our weather cam on downtown Conway. We'll tell you more about your weekend forecast.